Hi, I'm called Rosette Muhoza, and with this interview, I was able to talk to two, two of my colleagues, one called Sandrine and another one called Angelique, and these are the responses they gave to me about the knowledge they have on the government, on the three branches of the government, its responsibilities, and the third party, apart from the Democrats and Republicans, and also the process by which a law becomes a bill. So,
Hi, Angelique.
Hi.
Would you mind if I ask you some questions? Uh, what are the three branches of the government?
I know two. There is judiciary and executive. Those are, I don't know the third one.
Okay. What does two branches do, if you know only two?
Mm, I know that there is one which makes the laws, but I don't know exactly which one.
Okay, thank you. And another question is Democrats and Republicans are major parties. Can you name a third party?
FPA.
Okay. The last one is what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Hi, Sandrine.
Hi.
Would you mind if I ask you some questions?
You want?
Okay. What are the three branches of the government?
There's judiciary, legislative, and executive.
Okay, thank you. What do each of the branches do?
I only know about judiciary because, well, of course, there's code, there's laws, so yeah.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Thank you. Another question says Democrats and Republicans are major parties. Can you name the third party?
I would say Green Party.
Okay. Yeah. What is the basic process by which a bill becomes turns into a law?
I don't know.
Thank you very much for your time.
I was able to identify that they don't have common understanding or they don't have the knowledge related to the questions, and also that's when I came up with this video to teach them more about the branches of the government. So, in this video, I'll be talking mainly about the three branches of the government, their responsibilities, and also the process by which in which a bill becomes a law. So, with the branches of the government has three main branches, which are the executive, legislative, and also judicial. For the judicial branch, it involves president and about 5 million workers. For the legislative branch, involves Senate and the House of Representatives. And lastly, for the judicial, involves Supreme Court and the lower courts. So for the role of the legislative branch, the main responsibility is to create laws, and the legislative branch involves the House of Senate. It involves the House of Senate. The Constitution gives it the extensive powers. So for the legislative branch, it is only branch that can create laws and exchange them. Therefore, once a bill is passed through the legislative branch, the president must sign the bill so that it can become a law. In addition, even if the president votes for a law, the legislative branch can override it if both houses agree to do it with the two-thirds votes. The role of executive is to enforce the law that has been made by the legislative. The president acts as both the head and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The president is the leader of the executive branch and is also elected every 4 years. So after 4 years, they elect. There's a campaign and they elect a new president. The president, first of all, is responsible for appointing the heads of the executive agents and federal commissions. And the president is also is the one who holds the power to vote for bills. For the judicial branch, it involves the criminal and civil courts and it helps to interpret the United States Constitution. The judicial branch is there to clarify the rules and make sure that each side is acting fairly. In addition, the judicial branch is able to do this through the special power known as judicial review. So how does each of the branches work? So the three branches, as named above, um, the three branches as named above are connected because they all help in the governing the country. More importantly, if the federal government were like is more like a football game, the judicial branch is much like the referee that helps to solve the disputes or misunderstanding. The executive branch and the legislative branch are like players in the game which are trying to score a point against each other. Therefore, judicial branch comes in to explain the rules and make sure that each side is acting properly. So for the checks and balances, the three branches of the federal government each have the ability to keep the other from getting into powerful. This means that each branch helps balance against the other branch by checking their powers. And uh, Democrats, for the Democrats and Republicans being the major parties, so the third one, naming the third one, so in fact, the third party is any other party other than the two major political parties, which are Republican and Democratic. The third party, which I found, is Populist Party, which was formed in 1892. The impact of the third party on national politics is that they might take away the votes of other parties. So which is the process by which what's the basic process in which the bill becomes a law? The law begins as an idea may come from a representative or any other citizen. Where the citizen have ideas, they can contact their representatives that they can discuss their ideas. When the representative agrees, they write those ideas into bills. So when the representative are done writing the bills, the bill needs a sponsor. The representative discusses with other representative about the bill in hopes of getting their support for it. When the bill has the sponsor and the support for the representative, the way the bill is already to be introduced. In that way, the bill can be introduced. The bill is introduced. So on this stage, now that the bill is introduced, in the House of Representatives, the bill is introduced and only representative can introduce in the United States House of Representatives. After the Speaker of the House sends the bill to one of the House standing committees. So the next stage is that the bill goes to the committee. So when the bill goes to the committee members review, research, revise the bill before voting into whether or not send the bill back to the House floor. When the committee members need more information before deciding if the bill should be sent to the House floor, they send the bill to a subcommittee. In the subcommittee, the bill is examined closely and the experts gather the opinions before they send it back to the committee so that it can be approved. So on the next stage is that the bill is reported. When the bill is reported, when the bill has been approved by the committee, they send it or report it to the House floor. Then the bill is ready to be discussed or debated by the United States House or Representatives. So the next stage is that the bill is debated. When the bill is debated, the representative have to explain why the bill has to be agreed upon or disagreed upon. Therefore, the reading clerk reads the bill section by section, and then the representative recommend changes. When all the changes have been made, the bill is ready to be voted on. So the next stage is the bill is voted on. For the bill to be voted on, there are three methods of voting. The first method is called viva voce, voice vote. The Speaker of the House asks the representative how to support the bill to say aye, and those that oppose it to say no. Second method is called division. The Speaker of the House asks the representative who support the bill to stand up and to be counted, and those who oppose the bill to stand up and be counted. And the third method is called record. Representatives record their votes using electronic voting system. If the majority of representatives say or select yes, the bill passes in the United States of Representatives, and the bill is certified by the clerk of the House and delivered to the United States Senate. So the next stage is that the bill is referred to the Senate. When the bill is reached to the United States Senate, it also passes through many steps, as it happens in the United States House of Representatives. And then the bill is discussed in the Senate committee and then reported to the Senate floor to be voted on. Then the Senate vote voice. These who support the bill say yeah, and those who oppose say nay. And when majority say yeah, the bill passes in the United States Senate and is ready to go to the president. The bill, the next stage is called the bill is sent to the president. When the bill is sent to the president, he has three choices. The first choice is to sign and pass the bill so that it can become a law. And the second choice is to refuse to sign the veto the bill, and the bill is sent back to the House of Representatives, which with the reason for the veto. If the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate still believe that the bill should become a law, they can hold another vote on the bill. If the two-thirds of the representative and the Senate support the bill, the president's veto is overridden and the bill becomes a law. The third choice is to do nothing. If the Congress is in session, the bill automatically becomes a law after 10 days. If the Congress is not in session, the bill does not become a law. So finally the bill is a law. If a bill has passed on both the U.S. House Representative and the U.S. Senate and has been approved by the President, or the presidential veto has been overridden, the bill becomes a law and is enforced by the government. I think all the information that was needed was provided in this video. Thank you very much for your time.